All right, welcome to the Victor and the Giant Fox Music Review Podcast.
What's up?
I am the Giant Fox. I'm here with my co-host, the titular Victor.
Yo!
Non-titular Mike.
What's up, guys?
And today we're looking at the 2021 album from the band Jinjer, their LP Wallflowers.
Yeah.
All right, now before we get into the breakdown of the Ukrainian band's Wallflowers, how you guys doing, man?
Good, man.
Yeah?
Good.
Nice.
Real good. Yeah.
Thought you were
How
gonna keep
you
going
doing,
with Nacho
though?
Libre. I'm doing good, man.
All
Doing
right,
good. Still not a lot of sleep, but you know,
Yeah?
Hey,
it's
Oh,
newborn life.
there you go, man.
Yeah.
Struggle is real, man.
That's right.
So real.
You need a break, man. You okay? You need a
Just fall
babysitter?
asleep.
I mean, I don't know anyone, but
Yeah.
But I'll keep an eye out.
could maybe hire one for you for like a day or something.
No, we're doing good though.
That's good,
Baby's
man.
doing good. Wife's doing good.
Nice.
Other kids are doing good.
Awesome, man.
Heck yeah, man.
All right. Well, let's just get right into it.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
No need to gild the lily, as they say. Let's just get right into the breakdown of
Ooh.
Wallflowers by Jinjer.
We name them flowers.
Let's just fumble into it. All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go. I'm just
Give it
going to
to us,
start right at
Titus.
the top, and I'm going to move through quickly.
Yeah, what we got here?
I say that, but then I'm probably going to take forever. Sorry.
Usually the case.
Yeah. All right, number one, Call Me a Symbol. This one was it was nice. It was brutal. Let me recant that nice. It was brutal. It was,
I do.
chaotic,
Yeah.
but I
Come
don't know.
on,
I don't
man.
have
Give it to me straight, bro.
I don't have a ton to say about it. I mean, it was,
Yeah,
I don't
man.
know, blast beats and,
Yeah.
Kind
Kind of felt like this song really set the whole album. Like, it was chaotic blast beats, little bit of that rhythm in there,
Yeah.
little singing here and
Yeah.
there.
yeah. Was that, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Is that this one? Yeah, this one, like, it was at the end of one of the verses, they had, like, it was, the unclean vocals were like the main thing, but then they had, like, a little blip of, like, the clean vocals right behind them.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that bothered me so much. It wasn't like, I wasn't like, oh, forget this.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Yeah, they like it was like she sang like a lyric, right? And then
Yeah.
Gosh, I bet I could find the lyric.
Probably.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
But, I mean,
Interesting.
It threw me by surprise.
I want to know what you guys, I mean, before we break down each song, like what do you feel like they were going for the overall mood of the album?
I'll be honest, this felt like they had two separate things. Like, it felt like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of the tracks were like underproduced, undermastered, like lower, I don't know, lo-fi, which may have been intentional, but it did not feel like it went with the flow of the album
Right.
to me.
Yeah.
So it felt like maybe they had some old recordings and they're like, oh, these are cool, let's put them on the album. And then we have some newer songs too.
Dude,
I don't know, but
see
that's
that.
how it hit me.
yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, the first like 4 songs I felt like were that way. Just, I was even going to make the comment that it felt like I was back in like 07 listening to some stuff that just dropped,
Right.
Yeah.
you know?
I got that vibe too.
Yeah.
Like older Mastodon and like even a little bit of, I don't know why, but it just took me back to Primus.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
And
Yeah.
just like with the rhythm, they had skill, dude. Like there's skill there. In
Yeah.
This band.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Very a lot of skill, a lot of talent there. But for like the memorability of it, like nothing really, except for maybe a chorus here and there where she was singing clean, and then the guitars and stuff were more clean and more melodic. Other than that, not a lot of takeaway from this.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
breaking new ground, really. Not really progressing the sound, it didn't feel like.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
What, bro?
All right. Well, this has been the Victor and the Giant Fox. Now let's get into it more though, because there were
break it
some
down, break it
positives
down.
in
Deep
there.
dive.
Yeah.
Colossus, it was it
Come
felt
on,
more
man.
the same, but her vocals in there reminded me of Mars Volta a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
too? All right,
Yeah.
awesome. Because you know more of that band than I do, so I'm
Yeah.
glad I didn't miss that one. Or I wasn't.
Nice,
off.
man. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Early
and that's
2000s, dude.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing that stuck out to me most about this song. Besides that, just more blast beats, more deafy growls.
Yeah,
you know.
and then they have that progressive ingredient in there, but it just didn't take you. You know, it was like
right. It didn't
blast beat.
progress.
Yeah, it didn't progress to anything. Like with progressive metal, I feel like it relates to jazz in that you hear something and it's just sweet, man.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that was so good, and then they'll play it maybe one more time here or there.
Yeah.
With this, it was like one thing here, and then another pocket, and then another. But they never really
Went back to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never really, like you said, progressed into like the idea of like, well, this is what we're doing for this song.
Right.
Just felt like you said earlier, like a bunch of ideas kind of just pushed together, and
Yeah.
it all sounds flawless, you know. But
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
said, there's nothing really memorable there.
Right. Right.
That's the thing too, because like with one of their older songs called Pisces,
Mhm.
that song is amazing. Like that's the first song I ever heard by them, and it was huge on YouTube because it starts out all jazzy and she's singing and everything. It's beautiful, and then it just breaks down into her screaming, and it's awesome. But this didn't feel like that.
Mhm.
It didn't feel like they took that sound and progressed. It
Right.
felt like they do maybe a little jazzy beat, because it does. I was thinking it sounded like jazz too. They do a little jazzy beat, and then it doesn't. It just stays right here. It doesn't go into anywhere. It doesn't do anything new or interesting really to keep you. Yeah, it's weird.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's a different thing that I was expecting to hear from them.
Oh
Yeah.
wow,
For
That
sure.
sucks. I mean, it sucks because like when you have a expectation, like you hear them prior, and it's like, oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
This is my first time hearing them, so I didn't come in
Okay.
with that. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard little clips of her singing, or of their songs, I guess. But so my expectation of Jinjer was like, man, she's, I hear her talked about a lot with Courtney LaPlante.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying that she's not good at what she does, but I didn't see a wide range of
Yeah.
I don't even want to say skill, just a wide
Vocals.
range. Yeah. She had one or two screams from what I noticed, and then like clean vocals, but it wasn't anything nuts. And it might just be because she's Ukrainian, so singing in English, kind of stifles
I mean,
how she was trained or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to talk crap. It was just it's not what I was expecting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vortex felt like we finally got a little variety.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling like, oh, I finally got a little variety on the third song of the album, I don't know. To me, that says you probably didn't need the first two songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at this point, you see how technical they are. They're very tight as a band. I don't know how they are live. I imagine they are for being as popular as they are.
Yeah.
But just learning this stuff and remembering where to play what and all
Dude,
that.
yeah.
I mean, so you got to give it to them. They got the skill, but
Oh no,
I don't
yeah.
know. Just
Very
didn't tickle my
Their
ears.
technicality is insane.
Yeah.
And as musicians, it's easy to pick that up. Like
Right.
right off the bat. Even if you've never heard of the band, it's easy to pick out, okay, these guys are great musicians.
Yeah.
All of them.
Mhm.
Together, it doesn't sound like, it sounds like they're just jamming.
Right.
No, that's not a song. It's not
Right,
really
right.
structured, which maybe that's what they were going for. I don't know. I have no idea, but
I mean, no, I would say that's could
Definitely,
be.
dude.
Could
Yeah, for
definitely be.
sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, my brain just locked up as soon as I started talking right there.
It's really hard to criticize a band like this, right? Like supremely talented,
Yeah.
really, tight.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near as good as but it's still your ear, right? It's still, you still know like what's satisfying your ear, and this is what we're here to do. Like it's it's a review podcast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
And it's a critique nonetheless.
Yeah.
Like if we were playing music that we didn't feel like, or it's like if we want the feedback from other people, if we were to play and stuff.
So like let's say constructive criticism, right?
Yeah.
So far we're at Vortex.
There we go.
Vortex. There you go.
Third song in the album. We've heard a lot of variety, like you said, but there's still not that thing. Like, what would you say is like the constructive criticism there?
Man, for me, okay, so the outro of this song in particular was the one thing where I was like, okay.
The redeeming quality of it?
Yeah, let's talk about her freaking low growl at the very end.
Yeah.
She had a freaking death growl at the end. And that was sick. I was like, okay, she came in hard with that. And I was actually, like, dang, that was cool.
Heck
For sure.
So for me, there was a little bit when a song is like you want to skip it, halfway through, you're like, okay, I'm kind of done with this one because it's not going anywhere. It sounds the same through the whole thing. And then for it to still have something at the end or close to the end that keeps you hooked, that you're like, okay, that was cool. On to the next song.
Mhm.
That to me gives it a little bit more replayability. You know, like if it came on again, I'd let it play.
Yeah,
That type of thing. So,
Okay.
I don't know. Sorry, Titus. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
With
Because I didn't have much to say about that song anyway, so I'm glad you guys are talking about it.
Good.
It's, number 4, Disclosure.
Disclosure.
Definitely more groovy, more like heavy rockish.
Yeah.
Not to say that there wasn't metalcore in there, but it was just had a little bit more of that like hard rock.
This was the one that really reminded me of Primus for some reason.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Yeah, this was definitely the one that made me start thinking like, holy crap, this sounds like I'm back, back in 07, listening to like some garage band stuff almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know. It feels weird because this one kind of had more like poppier vocals to me. Not like snappier, but like pop music.
Like pop.
But this was the song that for me, I'm like, okay, if the album had started not necessarily with this song, but if we didn't have the first 3 songs, still would have been fine.
Yeah.
Like it would have been a shorter album, but I still would have been okay with it.
Yeah, I could see that.
There you go.
But had a cool groovy breakdown.
Mhm.
I did enjoy that. Unless you guys have something to say about that, that's all I have.
Nah,
song.
This song kind of reminded me of if Primus and Mastodon had a baby girl.
Okay, a baby girl.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I can
kinda
hear it,
cute,
man.
huh?
I get it.
is.
Yeah.
A little cute. A little
adorable.
screamy, a little scary, but it's cute.
A little scary monster.
Oh, okay. You gonna bite me, but that's all right.
Copycat. What stuck out to me about this one is the drums. Like the drums are
All right.
busy in all of them, but this one just really like, I don't know. They really stuck out to me. Like, because really what I thought was by the end of the song, I'm like, man, that guy has got to be tired. It's so much cardio to keep up that whole song. And then the chugs are right there with it. The guitar and the bass are right there.
Dude, this
chugging
guy's
along.
ghost beats are insane.
Yeah.
He just is, like he hides stuff in his beats all over the place. And it's really cool. Just speaks to like their talent, man.
And they may have done this on purpose because the song is called Copycat. So in order like to stay with the theme, to me it was a decent song, but it got repetitive, especially after the first 3 songs.
Yeah.
I really hope they were going for that.
Yeah. Perils.
Perils the
Pearls.
Queen.
I got a little messy with my writing. Pearls and Swine. Definitely a smoother groove, but also had those like dragging chugs, like that sort of, more dark, kind of a downer, not just, more minor, whatever groove to it. And kind of like dark melodies, drops down, and then comes back up.
Yeah.
It didn't set my interest
Nothing to
Yeah.
write home
ablaze.
about.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't really one of my favorites.
Yeah. Sleep of the Righteous.
Oh.
A little more little simpler in the beats, and at least in the beginning. This is where I really noticed how busy, like you were saying, like those ghost notes and all that the drummer's playing, but just real, like, I won't say it stuck out in a bad way, but busy in an unnecessary way for some of it, which made me think that maybe it's like, not comparing the two albums, but August Burns Red, not Messengers, but Constellations, where it seemed like every drummer loved that album.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I would say drummers like this album.
Okay. All right.
Because, I mean, not that he's the only musician doing anything, but there's a lot of bands we cover where the drummer doesn't stick out. You know?
Yeah, it's true, man.
In a good way or a bad way. He stands out, I guess, in a good way, especially if you're a drummer, I would think.
Right.
You're,
That would
that's what you're into.
Imagine like everyone else just sucks at playing, but you got this insane drummer. It's just
I feel like we played with that band.
Yes. Yes, we did. Dude, that's hilarious. Man.
But besides that I don't have a lot to say about that song either. Wallflower,
self-titled,
number 8, title track. My
What?
favorite. No. Sorry, it was my favorite song on the album. I was trying
sound so sad.
I didn't love the album, I guess. I don't know.
There it is. You got it off your chest, Titus.
Yeah.
Good.
Say it like
There
it
you
is,
go.
man.
And I'm really trying not to just sit here and read my notes, but with the amount of sleep I've had and kind of how disjointed my listening to this album was,
do it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to. I guess.
Disjointed, bro. This talk about the word to really describe this thing.
Yeah. That kind of does describe this album a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit just disjointed.
But I will say I did appreciate the bass on this one though.
Oh,
that
okay,
bass
yeah.
intro, but kind of kept it up through the song. I liked it.
Okay, Titus.
The first half was technical, but still like mellow, and then it came up a little bit, or comes up a little more dynamic, which is something I feel like they didn't transition their dynamics. I won't say well, because I'm sure what they did was intentional. If they wanted to transition their dynamics in a way that I like, they could have. It just wasn't to my taste, though.
Yeah.
In broad strokes, I'm sure there were a couple things in there that I liked, but by and large, but I'd say it's probably that one or the last track were probably my favorites. Dead Hands Feel No Pain. A little brighter, still very brutal. Her vocals really stuck out to me in this one. Her screams,
nice,
real big.
Yeah.
Some deeper ones in there too, but just overall, I felt like she had really good. I don't know. She really stood out in this song. Her screams.
Nice.
Yeah. As I Boil Ice. Awesome bass. I like the song overall. Nothing in particular, but by the time, this felt like on this half of the album is when they started polishing up the sound a little more, the production a little more, the mastering and all that.
Kind of sounded like they wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You know, an old album that this kind of reminds me of, it not so much in what it actually is, because like Kill Switch Engage's, what was it called? The one where they all hated it.
It's self-titled.
Was it self-titled?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it was like, a couple albums in, self-titled. They all hated the album. Like they just
that was like
did not like
fifth
it.
album, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, through the whole album, you could tell no one wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And then there was like one or two songs where it was like, all right, this is Kill Switch,
Yeah.
and it was like, it was good, That's what this song felt like for me.
Okay.
Like everyone was on board.
Right.
Everyone had enough sleep.
That's crazy.
They were like, let's play,
Yeah, that comes through for sure. Dude.
Yeah.
And then last, Mediator, which I also like this one.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was an interesting one.
the like at the beginning, stop, go. You know, thought that was cool.
Yeah. There's some interesting stuff on it.
Seemed just more technical, more awesome bass work. Excuse me, more groovy. But this one I think was possibly had at least the melodies that I enjoyed the most. I don't know that I can say it's the most melodic track or whatever, but or the most focus on melody, but their melodies in this one stuck out to me the most.
Yeah.
But then they closed it out very much like the beginning of the album, very fast, very technical, very hectic.
Yeah.
Maybe hectic's better to say than chaotic, but
right.
Yeah.
I think hectic is a good word for it, for the album. Just kind of everything kind of sounded like it was all over the place.
Right.
But together.
Yeah, intentional.
I don't know. Yeah.
Intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had these like when she would sing and then like the guitars and everything would kind of go into this melody with her singing. I felt like if they just put more of that melody and injected that into like the verses, and the bridges were really cool. I really like the bridges for the album too. But just into that chaos, into the that tightness with the chaos, I would have enjoyed the album a lot more.
I think so too. Yeah, definitely. I was thinking that on the way here. Just it was missing something, and it was. I don't want to say too technical because that kind of doesn't sound right, But it was too technical without enough melody. There wasn't a good blend.
There wasn't like anything to hook you in on most of the songs.
Yeah.
What too technical sounds to me, like you're saying, is like it didn't breathe. Like you didn't not letting it breathe.
Okay. Yeah,
that's what it sounds like to me. When something's too technical, it's too like too much.
Right. Yeah. Where like what you were saying, the kind of melody stuff would kind of break that up a little more. Yeah. I think that sounds right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. What do you give it, Titus? What do you give it?
Yeah, what you say, man?
Sorry, man. Sorry.
No, overall, like I said, the first 3 tracks, you cut those, I think it would have been a better album for it.
All right.
Just in terms of how it flowed.
Yeah.
I know, I mean, they're from Ukraine. I know sometimes European artists have a different way that they like their albums to flow than a lot of, not that everybody in America is all the same either, but the album didn't, it just felt like here's a bunch of songs and it'd probably be nice if you listen to them in this order, as opposed to we're writing these songs and, intentionally putting them in this order. But then again, never mind. That's a dumb joke. I'm not going to make that.
Was it another flower joke?
It wasn't.
Oh,
could have been, man.
It was a little more insensitive than that. It was cool. It was groovy. Too many blast beats for me as a whole. Her vocals reminded me a lot of. Do you remember Straight Line Stitch?
Yes.
That's
wow.
Yeah. That's where.
Dang.
It went for me listening to her vocals, where it's a 1 or 2 dimensional scream and then pretty but operatic vocals. Is that how you'd say that?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
or at least some. I mean, it's that Euro metal clean vocal.
I know what you're saying. I don't have any words to interject on that. But that's exactly like you're talking about. Yeah, that's
where
funny.
It's like a lot of vibrato in the in it.
Yeah.
How long big notes held out or whatever. Anyways, all of a sudden now what's in my head is what are those Australian guys? They Mutiny Within. I don't know. That guy's voice is in my head now.
Yeah.
But So overall, I'd give it a 6.
Okay.
I say you get rid of those first 3 tracks, it probably would have been a 7. If I'm being honest.
Dang, getting rid of songs
Yeah.
makes it a better album. That's dang, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That makes sense though.
Yeah.
You want to go?
Sure, man.
Hey, Mike, what'd you give it?
Mike, go ahead, Mike.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think I feel the same way you feel about it, man. It was just, it wasn't my taste, and like we were talking about, this is just our our opinion on it. You know, it's whatever. Not my taste in metal so much. I feel like they could have cleaned up maybe the mastering a little bit more, and I would have liked it better because some of the mixing just didn't feel organic. It felt like certain things were forced in spots. Right. You know, like at certain times it felt like they completely cut something and put something else there.
Yeah,
and you're just like, that didn't go in the direction I was expecting.
Yeah,
but not in a good way. It's like most of the time, prog metal, it's like, ooh, that went in a cool direction, and I like that. I like what they did. So I actually gave it a 6 too.
All right, man. Samesies.
It's right. Nice.
Woolly, woolly, woolly.
I'm giving it a 5.
5?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 5.
Okay.
You know, their technicality and their talent really came through.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed, you know, listening to that part of it. Obviously, I think she's great. I liked her singing. I liked I liked her like screaming voice.
Yeah.
I liked everything, right? But it it didn't really leave me remembering them, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I'm giving it a 5. It's
okay.
It's good. And that's it, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's good.
And a 5 for you is actually average.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's not a terrible
If
album.
it's in the background, I'm not gonna ask. If I'm at a friend's house and it's on, I'm not gonna ask them who the band is.
Yeah,
Right,
okay.
right.
You know?
All right.
But I'm not gonna be like, dude, turn it off. You know? That's
Or
why it's a 5.
do turn it up.
yeah.
Just accept that that's what's happening in the background.
It's happening. You're in the car. You're just gonna
we're
look
in
out
car.
the window.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice, man. All right. Well, with that, let's go on to our next segment. What else have they done?
That's
All right. So, interestingly enough, they've had 4 LPs.
Oh, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, it'd be weird if they only had like 2, right?
Yeah, they're way
man.
too big just for 2.
Yeah.
I would have said, what?
Yeah,
I'd be really surprised.
So they had Objects in the Mirror Are Closer Than They Appear.
Ooh, I saw what you did there.
Yeah.
Dang,
2009 EP.
Okay, that's a 2009 title.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Inhale,
bro.
Do Not Breathe. Another EP from 2012. Cloud Factory,
Okay.
2014. That was their first LP.
Like
Okay.
drugs.
Probably. King of Everything, 2016. Also an LP. Macro. Also
Dim
an
macros,
LP
bro.
in 2019.
yeah.
But then also in 2019, they had Micro,
Oh.
Micro, which was an EP.
That's
Get it?
funny.
Macro,
That's funny.
Micro, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And then Wallflowers in 2021.
No correlation. It's just wallflower.
Not really. They're a 4-piece. They're
dang.
front woman.
Yeah.
Is Tatiana Shmalyuk.
She's awesome, man.
It could be right or wrong. I don't know. Guitars is Roman Ibram. Wait, hold on. Ibram Khalilov. Ibram Khalilov.
Man.
It's real long,
Yeah.
his last name. But not as confusing as Mr. Eugene, the bassist Eugene Abdukamov. Sorry, I'm American. I don't have to learn other languages, I guess. I'm sorry.
Yeah, English
oh,
is the
boy.
second language.
It is.
Come on, man.
Yeah, well, Ukrainian's not my first, okay? All right, the drummer.
Cool.
Vladislav Ulasevich.
Ulasevich.
That wasn't as bad as I thought.
Ulasevich.
Ulasevich.
That's actually probably more close to how it sounds.
There you go. Why don't you give these names a crack?
Well,
kidding.
you got Eugene Abdikanov. It's on it naughty, bro.
Yeah, I did.
All right, I quit, bro.
No,
I'm not
come
good.
on, man.
All right. Tatiana Shmailuk.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, now give us Roman.
Roman.
Roman. Come on, man.
He's not Italian.
I know. I know that came more from
Or Roman.
Ibram Kolilov. Ibram Kolilov. Yeah.
There you go.
Ibrankoli
Nice.
love.
All right, if you're watching this, comment below. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Rumble, let us know if we got close. If you know. If you don't,
ballpark.
still make fun of us. Let us know.
It's in there. It's
Forgot the commas, idiot.
All right, well, anyways, with that, let's go on to our next segment. Super historical, very interesting, completely factual trivia. So, in an effort to keep these episodes more entertaining, maybe a little more concise, I'm not going to rattle off every single thing I could find on them because a lot of it wasn't that interesting. Not specifically. I mean, in the past, a lot of the stuff I've said isn't that interesting.
He's not wrong, man.
Thanks, Mike. But they formed in Ukraine in 2008. Woo. But the band, the current members, they have no original members left. First of all,
Wow.
So the current members consider like this iteration of the band starting in 2009, 2010.
Okay.
Which is when Tatiana and Roman joined.
Okay.
And then Eugene joined a couple years later, and then Vladislav, the drummer, it was 2017 when he joined.
That's an awesome name.
It is. It is.
Vladislav.
Sick name.
Oh, I thought I wrote down one more, but that's all I got.
That's it.
But I mean, the big thing is they're from Ukraine, so I saw an update when I first chose this album that they are safe, they are good despite all the awful war going on over there.
Yeah.
So they're safe, they're good. Hopefully, all their family and friends are as well. It's pretty rough, no matter which side of that you pick as the right side. I guess it's still rough for all the civilians.
Yeah.
So that's pretty rough. Heart goes out to you guys. Now with that, let's go on to our final segment, Giant Fox Takes.
Oh, finally.
All right, now I'll be honest. Like I said, I haven't gotten a whole lot of sleep lately, so these are a little less metal oriented.
Okay.
Then they're more like shower thoughts. Yeah, they're more just interesting thoughts. This one is just more of an interesting thought I had.
All right.
Fox Takes.
I had a tattoo idea for an amputee.
Okay.
It's a little dark humor, but I think you guys are there with me.
This
Okay.
is Titus with no sleep.
Yeah. So on whatever limb has been amputated.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, let me make sure I'm remembering this right. Yeah.
What do we got?
So like say your arm cuts off at the elbow here. You put sharks are more afraid of us, and that's the end of it.
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one, dude.
That'd be good.
So I think if you are missing a limb or something like that, classic tattoo idea for you. And
I like that one.
when I get it, when I'm caught up on my sleep in a year or so, I might regret saying this, but right now I don't. And with that, let's go ahead and call it.
All right.
Let's call it, man.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Finish this out.
Boom.
So
Done. Just shuts off.
shut the cameras down. Now, if you enjoyed what you watched here or listened to, if you're listening to the audio, we'd appreciate if you would share this with anybody else you think would enjoy it. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, tippity tap that bell.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't tippity tap that.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you're listening to the audio, if you're on Rumble, whatever, just hit all the good buttons, leave us a review or a comment wherever you can. It all helps, and we love to hear from anybody, everybody who's watching this right now. You can find us on YouTube. I already said that. You can find us on Instagram at VATGF Podcast, and you can email us if you'd like to contact us at victorandthegiantfox@gmail.com. And with that, let's I can't think of anything clever, so outro music.